Watch who?
Hello.
And welcome to Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
I'm a Doctor Who fan.
I'm new to watching Who. Are you okay, Mark?
Watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
You did an extra bit that time.
Did I?
Yeah, you did it in a different way. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We are on series 2 of New Who. But before we start New Earth, the only update I've got is I went to the Hastings Comic-Con. I met your favourite Doctor, Peter Davison.
I know. Go on, update us.
Well, so it was in like an old theatre. It's not the best comic. It was a bit like the Barry one that we went to. Do you know what I mean? Where the
sometimes that's quite nice because it's smaller and because it's part of a wider thing, you actually get to meet them rather than everyone trying to meet the doctors or the...
Yeah, literally. So there was Peter Davison, Fifth Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, Nicola Bryant Perry, and Sophia Miles, who... Well, actually, she turns up in this series we're doing now at the moment, but she was also in that Thunderbirds movie. I think she's sort of semi-cancelled online. I'm not sure. Anyway, there was nobody seeing Sophia Miles. So they were the guests, but it was more like sort of stalls, like people dressing up as Star Wars and Ghostbusters and sort of more like, like the one we went to where it's more like family activities and that kind of thing. So it wasn't like a convention. So, I mean, I only went because I've not seen Peter Davison. There was quite a bit of queuing. Lots of people wanted to see him. He was really nice, actually. He was quite laid back.
Good.
Didn't have that much to say to him. So I briefly saw the talk. Him and Sylvester McCoy were doing a talk on the stage. But it was a bit like, people were like, what's your favourite story? What's your favourite monster?
It's more that sort,
I was like, oh, God, does anyone have any interesting questions?
You're going to get at more of these general...
I know, I shouldn't be rude. There were like little kids asking and stuff, but just every time someone asked a question, I was like, oh, God, really? Anyway, they were doing their entertaining
It's been a more distinguished events, what can we say?
But it came up, the 3D one we did, the EastEnders one.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about that, it was funny. And Sylvester McCoy was like, it's the worst thing I've ever done. And Peter Davison was laughing. I was like, yeah, what was the point in doing all of that? It's terrible. I had my Radio Times of that for Peter Davison to sign because I've got all the other doctors to sign it. So it was really expensive. So I only took that for him to sign. I've got so many other things I wanted him to do. But at the end of the day, I was like, I cannot afford. So I was like, I'll get this done. And that's all the doctors on there and I can get it framed. So when I said to him, oh, could you sign that? I was like, I know what you said about it, but... and he laughed and thought it was funny. So did that. Got a photo with him. Not the best photo. It's okay.
I thought it was a nice photo. Mark, I thought it was a nice photo. It is not your worst photo.
I think we should have stood the other side. I think the light is a bit funny on me, but it's fine.
I actually think it looks really natural.
I mean, it's better than a photo studio one. I mean, this is just on the phone.
Yeah.
I didn't see Sylvester McCoy because, again, money, and I've seen him already. But he was in great form. I mean, the queue was massive. Like, they were talking so much. Like, Sylvester McCoy was talking to his kids for ages. He's doing all sorts of different things, chatting to them and everything. Anyway, while I was there, though, I thought I'd see Perry, Nicola Bryant, who I have seen before. I had something for her to sign. I thought I'll get a photo and thing. She's lovely. And but I was thinking, I was queuing up. I was like waiting for the queue, and I was thinking, I don't really have anything to say to her though. What am I going to say? I was thinking, what am I going to say? Anyway, they have the tables and they've got all the photographs out and everything. Yeah. And I think those actors were there because they're with the same agent, because they had a little price thing and it said something agency. And I noticed they all have the same logo. It was all quite a professional setup, and they had all these tablecloths, and this tablecloth had all pictures of like Nicola Bryant in various things, and it had like the Whoniverse on the front, and she'd been in a Star Trek thing, so it had a Star Trek, all the different franchises she's been in. It was like a branded tablecloth. I was looking, and literally there's a massive picture of her as that bird from Vengeance on Varos and on there, and there was something else. And I was thinking, what can I say to her? First thing I was like, hi, I love your tablecloth. And she was like, oh yeah, it's good, isn't it? She's like, all my best looks. And was like, there's a big picture of her as a bird on there.
That I completely missed.
Which I totally should have told her that story. I didn't. I should have told her all of that. Anyway, she signed my Blu-ray, and then I was like, "Oh, can I have a photo, a selfie?" And usually there's someone helping, taking the money and stuff. But they were busy doing something else, so she got up and she was like, "Oh, you waiting for someone to take a photo?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she went, "Oh, well, let's just take a selfie, like selfie." And I went, "Oh, I'm really bad at taking those. I always look terrible." And she's like, "No, let's give it a go. Go on, give it a go." So that's why I took the selfie of us.
I think that one's great as well.
And she's like, "No, that's great. That's amazing." And she's like, "Are you happy with that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, go on then. Don't need to wait. Let's do it." And I think she was like, "Yeah, that's, you can have another one if you want, but I think that's fine." I was like, "Yeah, great." But it's weird because I'm getting to the point where it's really nice seeing these people, and I did feel it a bit when I was waiting to see Perry, Nicola Bryant, because that's like the 4th, 5th time. I didn't really need to see her, really. That's 40 quid I could have saved. When I get afterwards, I'm like, I don't actually really want to talk to you very, like when they're chatting or when she was there doing the selfie and everything, I was thinking, I don't really want to talk to you any more than this. Like if they talk a bit too much, I don't want to spend that much time with them. I feel like I like talking about them from a distance more than actually seeing them. And afterwards I see them, I'm like, oh, I don't know. So maybe that's just me again.
Because you've seen them a few times now that it's like, well, that's experience doesn't add. I mean, you don't know them. That's the reality. Is you know them through a show. You don't know, and it's a difference between a person and the character. You know the character, the other person. It's kind of what's her name, Polly.
Yes, good example.
Polly's a great example. Like I could not meet that woman because whilst Polly was absolutely fine, that woman would drive me insane. I can't even remember her name. I can't even say her name.
No, Annika Wills. Yeah, no, I know. So maybe I'm just getting to that point where I have just seen a few too many now, and I'm like, okay, I like getting the photos and stuff, but actually I just don't want to have a conversation with them anymore. Once I've said what I've said, I'm like, I don't have anything else to say to you, really.
Yeah, and it's nicer when it's someone you don't know, and that's fine. Yeah, maybe you're just at that point. Unless it's for something you really want, like, oh, I really want this done, or I want this. Yeah.
Maybe I'll be a bit more selective in future and just
see the ones
that I want to see, and then that's it. Anyway, so that was Peter Davison. Though he's very lovely, and I don't know, he's just so laid back. He just takes it quite. I can't think. He doesn't take it too seriously, and I think he's just a bit like, "Why are you all here?" sort of thing. So yeah, and obviously he's making tons of money out of it. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it, would they? So
no, absolutely not.
Poor Nicola Bryant, she was doing her own card machine. She's like, oh, that was the only thing. Okay, if we're gonna complain about,
if you're gonna complain, go on, get it out of the system. Go on.
About organisations. You queued up, saw Peter Davison, and he was like, "Hi," and he was doing all the chatting, and then I was like, "Oh, can I have an autograph? And can I have a selfie or whatever?" And he'd be looking at the pricing. He's like, "Yeah, okay," but the person taking the money was then afterwards, so it was a bit awkward where it was all a bit transactional in that. Same with Nicola Bryant as well. You did everything first, and you could see in their eyes, they're like, you are actually going to pay for this, aren't you? Sort of thing. These are the price list sort of thing. Usually it's the person first. You say, "Oh, can I have an autograph on this?" Give them the money, then you move on, and then you can chat to the person and they know that it's been paid for.
Yeah.
It was like the other way around where I felt there was a nervousness from them being like, that is going to cost extra if you have that. And that, and Peter Davison was saying that to people and stuff, rather than the person. And then they took the money afterwards, because you could have a chat to him, sign something, and be like, "Oh, I didn't know it was that much. I haven't got any money," or something. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit weird like that.
Loads of stuff could happen. Yeah,
it was a bit weird like that, because then afterwards with Nicola Bryant, I had that lovely selfie, and then she's like, "Oh, you paying by cash or card?" And I was like, and she did it, and she's like, "I'm going to have to charge you plus VAT because it's on my business account." And I was like, okay, so it's actually 48 quid that she charged me. It was just that weird transactional stuff which hasn't felt so prominent before, in that they all had prices, they all had, do you know what I mean? You should get a ticket, or you should pay up before and then go and see them, and then you can enjoy it, rather than weirdness. Anyway, there you go. That's another thing, event organisers, think about that. Right. There we go. Let's get on to New Earth, shall we?
Yes, let's, Mark.
Let's go.
It's the year 5,023,000,023. We're in the galaxy M87, and this This is New Earth.
It's just... That's just...
Not bad. Not bad at all.
That's amazing. Oh, I'll never get used to this. Never. Different ground beneath my feet. Different sky. What's that smell?
Apple grass.
Apple grass.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
A bit of a lighter episode, some returning characters. I don't think this one is anyone's major favourite.
Well, it kind of feels a little bit like the first episode of, not first episode, the second episode of season 1.
Well, it's a bit of a sequel.
It's a bit of a, like, we're going back to this idea of, what that it's sort of a return, but with a new face.
Yeah, it's going back to those familiar things because you're still getting used to David Tennant.
It's a clever thought process. I think actually what's really clever, I've realised, is particularly for season 1 and 2, how well thought out a lot of this has been. It's still really new to people. This is only season 2. Some people, this will be their first Doctor Who experience. Let's return to something that we looked at before. I might not have thought, if I was writing, I think I would have been like, right, let's go off on a wild adventure. And actually, I think everything's really considered.
Well, you sort of start to see a bit of a formula because we said at the beginning of last time we had Rose, present day, sent up, then they went to the future, then they went to the past to meet Charles Dickens, and then it sort of mixes it up a bit.
That's what we're getting here. We're going to the future and the next one's going to the past. Yeah.
So a Christmas invasion present, we're going to the future again, and then it's the past, then it mixes it up. And also, we'll see the formula as we go on. The first episode of each series is usually the more lighter throwaway one. It's never going to be anything big for the arc. It's never going to be anything too heavy to begin with. It's just that, I think throwaway is the light. It's just that throwaway fun adventure if people are watching new. So they're always like that with Russell T Davies openers. So we see Rose going off. The TARDIS is in that playground near you.
I thought it was. Yeah, I did think that.
And also, she packs a bag. Have we ever seen a companion actually? No. She's got a rucksack.
No, it looks like she's going off on some expedition to like Bali or something for a month. We've just seen the wardrobe. We know that there's clothes. Why is she packing her stuff?
Yeah, but you would do that, wouldn't you? If you're like, right, I now know I'm going to go off in the TARDIS for ages. This is planned adventure time now. Of course you're going to pack stuff.
I'd be like, there's a whole frigging wardrobe there.
No, I'd take stuff.
I might take a toothbrush. That's about it.
Well, we don't know how long it's been since the Christmas invasion and this, but I guess it's a few days or something. It's not a big gap. I haven't been hanging around. Anyway, she's packed her stuff. She's got her washing done and everything, and now she's coming aboard the TARDIS. I think that's a brilliant idea. Actually, talking about clothes and stuff, Clothes Watch, I feel like Rose's style is slightly different. Let's see how it goes. She's not in the hoodies and stuff. It was like a sort of a blouse thing. She's a bit smarter. Her hair's a little bit different now. I feel like she's grown up a bit.
A little bit.
Now she's used to everything. I've noted that the TARDIS, when they're in the TARDIS, which isn't much, it's still that horrible green that I don't like. It's that green light. If they just get rid of the green light, I'd like it more. I don't know why it needs to be green. Anyway,
no,
just annoys me.
I didn't notice it that much, actually. Yeah. They're not in it that long.
And we're off to the future. So in End of the World, the Earth was destroyed, and this is like the new Earth.
New York.
New New York and all of that. It's really great that we've got this world to come back to. And it's familiar. It does feel like the same kind of place that alien one before was. Well, let's just talk about our returning characters. So we do see Cassandra. We see those little spiders.
Can we just go one step before that? They go to the hospital, aka the Millennium Centre.
Okay, so they go to the hospital, which is the foyer of the Millennium Centre in Cardiff. You can't... It is, isn't it?
I could only see the Millennium Centre the entire time I was watching this episode. Really struggled with it. And I've talked to other people about this since. They also can only see the Millennium. I think if you know it's the Millennium Centre, that's all you see.
I think if you've been there, that's all you see, because they go in the foyer, and then later on there's like
that
people
doesn't
waiting.
Exist now, that box office.
Oh, doesn't it?
It's a cafe now. So you know when they go in and there's that welcome desk?
Yeah.
That's all gone. It's now a cafe and all open.
That foyer bit, that was full of tables. When I went to the Welsh BAFTAs, I sat at a table in the foyer bit there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there.
And then, but later on, they're waiting like in the in the bit where they have performancey bit. So like in that, so a bit further down.
Well, so there's a bit round the corner where there was the shop and the bar round the corner.
That's still there. Yeah. That's fine.
So the bit where they go into the lift and get all disinfectant and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, all of that still is the same. All that's the same. It's still like a ship. Yeah.
But that bit going when they go in, that looks like that's where the entrance to the toilets are. I thought there's toilets there, aren't they?
No,
Those
I
doors.
think that is when you go up the stairs. So when you go up the stairs, there's some lifts just to the side. As you go up the first set of stairs, there's 2 stairs. You go up the stairs, and if you were going into the theatre, there's a lift, and there's like entrance into the theatre bits there. I think it's there.
Oh.
Because it's like there's like a lift and there's an entrance door, and there's like multiple doors on that thing. There's like a lift door, and I think they've just made another lift door where the door to the theatre is, so it looks the same. I could be wrong, but I think it's there. I don't think it's on the ground floor. I could be wrong.
They did night shoots apparently because it was open during the daytime, and then they had to set up and do it all. So it looked like quite a lot of work.
It's on the first floor.
Someone will know that, but yeah, location watch. It's the most obvious one.
Like every bit of it, I was like, I couldn't not see the Millennium Centre. I've been working there as well for years. I was like, it is the Millennium Centre.
Yeah, but it looks very good.
I was like, oh yeah. Oh, going into the theatre. Oh yeah.
It looks very spacey and like a space hospital. It's supposed to
resemble a ship. So the whole design of a Millennium Centre is based around a ship.
Hang on. We're talking real life now.
Yes. So...
as in a sailing ship?
Yes, because obviously it's based on the docks in the bay. It's
sort of metally, bronzy outside, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like ionized over time. But as you go, if you go up in the theatre bit, each like things looks like a deck of a ship, and then you've got like the metal poles and stuff. It's all designed. It's all sort of the carves around the curves and stuff. It's also supposed to be like you're on like a cruise ship or something like that. It's supposed to resemble ships and this idea of being in a port.
I mean, I suppose you only see in this a bit later on at the end where all like the zombie sick people around, you sort of see some of the balcony bits in the foyer area from up high. You sort of see some of that area, don't you?
Yeah. And when you know that and you're in it, you're like, I can see this design now. And because on that shot with the lifts is those weird metal poles in the corner, and they're supposed to be like, they shoot up onto the different, and then at the top one there's like they've got lights in them and stuff. So it's supposed to be like, like ports out at like for the ship lights out at sea and stuff like that.
The only other location is when they're in intensive care with all the pods. That is the same place where they were in Rose with the Autons, where she swung across on the chain at the end.
Yeah.
There's all like metal stuff. That is the same location as
Where
the Auton.
are they on that ward? The ward is somewhere in WMC as well.
And which ward?
The actual ward.
Oh, I think
that's on one of the
Face of Boe, where Face of Boe is and stuff. Yeah. I think that's studio. I'm pretty sure that's studio.
They must matched have, it up because they come out and that back shot looks exactly like WMC, and then they come into. So they've come out the lift. They've obviously replicated it. They come out the lift because you've got the metal things, and then they step into the ward. And I was like, "Where is that?"
I think it's studio, and they've matched it up.
Yeah, they must have. I think
so.
That's the only bit I was like, I cannot think where that is in the Millennium Centre.
There's not enough space everywhere else.
There are studios, but I can't think where that would match up.
No. And where Cassandra is in the basement is the basement of Tregeaga House again.
Oh yeah.
Which is where the council and stuff was in Boomtown and all of that. It was in the basement there. So yeah, loads of different locations. That's our location watch.
That is a location watch update.
Yeah. Oh, and then when they're outside, so when the Doctor and Rose land, when it's really windy, that is near Swansea and like what's the Gower or something?
Oh yeah.
Like that. That's literally out. I don't think I've ever been.
Zeta-Jones is from.
Oh really?
Yeah, they have a house there still.
Do you know Catherine Zeta-Jones went out with John Pertwee's son? Have we talked about that?
Mm.
I just think that is just the fact. They didn't stay together, but for a time when she was just being like a when she was doing her first acting job. I just can't imagine John Pertwee and Catherine Zeta-Jones sitting down for like Sunday dinner. I just keep having that image in my head every time. I just think that's just
I can.
amazing.
If you've seen it, what was she got? What was it that got her famous? Darling Buds of May?
Yeah, it would have been around that time.
Darling Buds of May, I can imagine it.
Oh, and I like the idea of Applegrass.
I love the idea of Applegrass.
When I think of that, like, I don't think they do it anymore. When Body Shop did apple soap, and I'm talking like 90s Body Shop. I don't know what it's like now.
That, yeah,
where they had all of those ranges and all the different soaps.
Everyone had that Body Shop soap. Yeah,
it was the apple Body Shop. That's what I imagined it to smell like, the Body Shop. But then, we see those little spider things, which is a clue.
I was like, straight away. I was like, we've had them before.
So and the Cassandra's back. Who won a Oscar last time.
Oscar winner Cassandra.
Yeah, Oscar winner. I think that's a great idea to bring her back because she's that. She can go up against Rose because Rose goes off. They get separated. And this is also a good opportunity for Billie Piper as well. She's had all of that drama last series. She hasn't done comedy yet. And this is more of a comedic episode for her and for David Tennant.
Yeah, this is a great episode for David Tennant.
I mean, considering it's like his first proper story, I feel like we've been watching him for ages. After like a couple of scenes, it doesn't feel like there was any Doctor before, and we've already done tons of his episodes. It's so seamless. But the body swap thing is a great idea to get the actors to do something a bit different.
Give her back to me.
You asked for it. I'm in my head. Where'd she go?
Why? This is different.
Cassandra?
Goodness me, I'm a man. Young. So many parts. And hardly used. Two hearts. Oh, baby, I'm beating out a Sam.
Well, I think Billie Piper does it really well.
I think they both do, because ultimately he's playing a woman as the Doctor. He's playing a character. Yeah, I think he does it really well. I think they both do in different ways.
There's Chip as well that Cassandra sort of roped in, who's like a clone thing. Oh, poor Chip.
Poor Chip.
He's great. My favourite bit is when she first takes over Rose and she's looking in the mirror and stuff, and then she's looking like at her bra and stuff, and she sort of bounces up and down, and then Chip's in the background bouncing up and down with her, sort of thing, watching her. That's my favourite moment.
I love Chip. I love when she's like in Chip, she's like, oh, and she's like, oh, I'm dying. I love Chip.
But with the body swap thing as well, I told you there's always an excuse for the Doctor and companion to kiss. It doesn't non-romantically, and this is that first chance. There's a kiss. They always have to get a kiss in there. I think the Doctor immediately realises there's something. Well, as soon as he phones her up, he knows that whole time, doesn't he? But he's just not saying, and he's waiting his time.
And I enjoyed that moment, like, what have you done with Rose? And he's like pointing behind him, like, what have you done with her?
Because it's quite a long time that she's acting like that. But it just adds to the comedy. It's just such an easy watch. But also, my favourite return is the Face of Boe.
Of course it is, Mark. Of course it is. I enjoyed the picture you sent me of you with the Face of Boe. Yes,
the Doctor Who exhibition. Were you pleased to see the Face of Boe?
Yeah, it was nice to see the Face of Boe. I feel like you got more Face of Boe time this time than the first time.
Well, this is the weird thing I was thinking, because supposedly the Doctor has landed because he's got a message to go, Ward 26.
The washing machine's going nuts. And I was literally shouting louder and louder over it.
Sorry.
Carry on.
The Doctor's got a message to go to Ward 26 from the Face of Boe to visit. But the weird thing is, the Doctor's like, oh, my old friend, good to see you. I swear they never had a conversation in that other episode.
A lot happened in it, though, Mark.
I swear, we literally, the Face of Boe, we said it. It just sat there and went blub, blub, blub for a few seconds. That's all we saw last series.
Considering how much was made of the Face of Boe, you said like there was all this talk of, we're going to have the Face of Boe. And then that was literally all we have of the Face of Boe.
Yeah, but it's just weird that the Doctor's like my old friend, as if they've known each other all this time. And it's like, this is the longest conversation you've ever had with each other. But this is good. I think they just had that massive prop that was probably really expensive, and they're like, we need to use it again, like to save money.
Whether there were like things that were cut. Maybe there were other plans, like there were other conversations, and things were cut because it didn't feel necessary to the story at that point. Because bear in mind, it would have been the second episode, and I wonder whether because you said yourself that when they talked about like you said on Blue Peter and stuff, like, oh, in the Face of Boe, there was all this talk in season 1 of the Face of Boe, and literally it does fuck all. In season 1, there is nothing at the Face of Boe but like a minute and a half of screen time, and I wonder whether they actually had more happen.
I don't know,
because
but it makes
the Face of Boe gets a lot of reference throughout.
But
and
it makes up for
in
here.
The original script, there was like, and then when it came to like the actual, they were like, actually, this doesn't feel necessary to the story at this point in the edit. We need to cut stuff. I wonder whether there was like, he had this long telepathic conversation and they were like, this isn't necessary for the story. It might alienate people to do this at this point. Let's cut it.
But it makes up for it now. I think we get plenty of Face of Boe, and it sets up a mystery. That the Face of Boe will reveal something to supposedly the Doctor, and then off he goes. So it's setting up for
something.
Later
We'll
on.
meet the Face of Boe again.
We will meet him again. I'm pleased about that. I would like a longer scene of Face of Boe. But it's weird because the mouth doesn't move. They built this thing. I feel like they built it and they were like, what do we do with this now? We've got this massive face. It has to be telepathic because the mouth doesn't move properly.
He's lived many a year, many a millennium.
It feels like it's something from those sorts of 80s fantasy films like Labyrinth or Neverending Story. It's the kind of thing that you'd meet in that, wouldn't you? But it's good to see the Face of Boe. But we have cat nurses.
Yes.
This is our new villain
yes,
sort of.
Not in this show, but yes, it turns out to be our villain.
They look amazing. They're not CGI or anything. They are proper masks.
They are fantastic. Some
great actors as well, especially I don't know if you noticed Lady Danbury from Bridgerton.
Yeah.
She's under there somewhere.
They all look like cats, so I couldn't have told you who was who.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great role if you want your face to be seen.
No.
But I think, yeah.
Now you've said it, I probably could have recognised the voice, but yeah.
They all get killed, don't they?
No, they all get taken away.
Oh, no, so it was Novice Haim is the one that gets arrested, and then there's like the
other two get like turned.
The other two, she's one of the other two.
Gets turned viral.
Yeah. So Novice Haim is the main one, and it's a fairly simple story. So they're getting all these people. I mean, against loads of CGI people in booths and things, curing everybody. It's not really about that. That I feel like that's a background thing. Just for a bit of comedy, settle the mystery of Face of Boe, and then have the Chip and Cassandra story going on. Because I was trying to work out, so Cassandra's there, obviously she's hiding out, and she knows there's something going on in the hospital.
She's stealing the medical supplies to keep herself alive. That's why she's in the hospital. She knows something's going on, but she doesn't know, she can't figure out what. And then when she does, she blackmails them with her new body so she can start a new life.
Nailed it. But then I quite
like, nailed it.
But they get to that conclusion quite quickly. Bit of a run around. I love all the stuff climbing up and down, and then you're going in and out of the bodies and the conversations and everything. Again, it's really just to get us used to David Tennant as the Doctor.
Oh, it's a really good pace. It's a really good story. It's really good pace. Well acted, a lot of fun. I enjoyed them doing the different roles. I enjoyed like, even the effects actually. I mean, the CGI, we're talking 2000 CGI, but it worked really well. It was effective. Seeing all the plaguey people in WMC foyer was like...
Some of those supporting actors weren't the best, I feel.
Well, I didn't think they were terrible because their job was just to be plaguey, wasn't it?
I know, but when they were like sort of looking happy at the end and everything, I felt like I don't know.
This is early days of. I mean, now entire companies are built off the extras. This is before filming had really started in Cardiff. Like now, loads of stuff's filmed here, but at the time there wasn't as much.
No, and there's a lot of them. This is our biggest sort of crowd scene, I
So
feel,
far, yeah.
of everything.
Yeah, now, I mean, even like Casualty's here now, and you can get regular work on that. That's got regular scenes, and there's a load of stuff, BBC stuff all the time. They have the studios here now and stuff. So, but that wasn't built, or it was being built when this was beginning. So now there's companies that you can just do this, but this is early doors of this. I was watching it trying to see if I spotted anyone. This is what happens. This is going to be my problem now.
When I was watching that, I was thinking, you are looking for people that you know.
I know.
I knew it.
I know. I was looking at the extras like, do I recognise anyone from like 20 years ago? I didn't.
Oh, there will be.
There will be. They'll be coming up. They'll be coming.
Oh dear. And then, I mean, I feel like Cassandra isn't as evil or I mean, she is, because she's like taken over people's bodies and stuff, but it's for comedic effect. She's sort of written a bit lighter in this.
Well, she's selfish, and then she has a moment where she goes into things, and I don't know. I think it's nice to see her back. It's a nice moment for her. I enjoyed the ending scene for her.
Well, we actually get Zoe Wanamaker actually in it, which is really good. Again, just for like a couple of scenes, a big name for a couple of scenes. I feel like, though, you don't see her in much anymore. I meant to look up her IMDb. I feel like she's a big name, and then what has she done recently?
Staging stuff recently.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of film and TV, she hasn't done anything big recently. Because at this time, she would have been... I never watched My Family, the sitcom, which went on for years and years and years and years, when it was massive, wasn't it? She was known for that for a long time, and obviously she was in like Harry Potter and stuff. But I just feel, when I was watching it earlier, I was just thinking, I've not seen her on TV for a long time. But yeah, maybe she is more of a theatre person, but great to see her in this as like real life Cassandra. And it's, again, this is only what Doctor Who can do, that she goes into Chip's body and then Chip goes back in time and then she comforts herself at the time and has that moment. It's a really emotional moment, actually.
It is,
I felt quite sad watching it.
Well, I never knew that. Guess where Zoe Wanamaker was born?
I don't know.
New York.
But she, like, only when she was young, though, because she's not got an American accent, has she?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
My Wikipedia find of this story is it's on the New Earth. So apparently, when Netflix was renting this out, so we've got to remember Netflix started out like a blockbuster. Must have been before Netflix was Netflix. It was a DVD delivery service. When Netflix was sending out the DVD for this, I don't know how true this is, it's on the Wikipedia page. When you got to 32 minutes of this episode, it cut to scenes of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre by accident, apparently, and no one knows why, and they had to recall the DVDs and stuff.
That's
New Earth. So I feel really sorry for all those little kids that are like watching like Rose and the Doctor defeat the cat nuns, and then suddenly we've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's so funny.
That are traumatized. They really would be behind the sofa if that came on. But yeah, again, this is quite a family-friendly episode. Again, opening of a new series. You could sit and watch for the whole family. There's something for everybody. There's jokes sort of hit in a few different places with the comedy and the body swap comedy. It's not offensive in any way to anyone. It's just a really fun episode, which I think is why it sort of goes under the radar a bit. No one's like, oh, New Earth is the greatest episode or anything. I think it does its job. I like the season openers, these light season openers that don't have to go anywhere and they're just a fun watch.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'd probably give it, I say it a lot, but I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's really strong. It's fun. I really enjoyed Cassandra being back. Cassandra's a great character.
Yeah, I think at the time it was a bit like, oh, what's going on? You know what fans are like. I think at the time they're like, oh, it's too silly, blah, blah, blah. And I think, especially as this is David Tennant's first proper episode, he probably wasn't making the best impression with fans. Maybe they're a bit unsure.
Yeah.
I think. I think I remember it not going down too well at the time when I looked it up online. But there is if anybody's interested in New Earth, there is a New Earth Big Finish box set, audio adventures in New Earth with the cat nun and that mayor guy and some new characters all set in New Earth. Only one box set was made. I don't think it sold very well, but and I think you could get a Chip action figure from this. You can definitely get a Rose in the blue blouse. They were still doing figures of stuff. yeah, because you had to wear in a red hoodie, and then this is like Series 2's worth of action figures were coming out. Oh, and definitely a cat nurse figure. You could definitely get a cat nurse as well. But yeah, I knew this one would be like a sort of a quick sort of chat because, again, nothing too majorly bad or.
It's just a nice story with some returning characters in a new place. That's it, really, and really good broad spectrum for David Tennant and Billy Piper.
Yeah, it's made me Face of Boe's #1 fan. Definitely, I'm definitely thinking about the Face of Boe more.
Okay.
I'm going to look up every story the Face of Boe's in. I can't think of any books or anything that he's been in. Well, then we saw the preview next time as well. We're going in history, Tooth and Claw. Nice, easy, quick one. What do you think, listeners of not Tooth and Claw? Oh God, what am I talking about? Let us know what you think, everyone, of New Earth. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it just average? And we will see you all soon for Tooth and Claw. You can follow us on the socials at 2WatchWho and at patreon.com/2WatchWho. Yeah, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.
2Watch Who.